Hospital porters, pride and dignity, stop the New World Order. Welcome to Panwo TV. Well, I'm in Binsey still, and I've managed to find out exactly where the church is. So we're going to go up and have a look at it now. And I'm in this lovely location here. Give you a quick 360. This beautiful area here. Now up there's that's all Wyson Woods up there. This big hill was covered in forest. And I'm in this little avenue with these little trees here that planted here, maybe apple trees or something. As I said in my Ditchley Park film, you know. Hello there.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, you're talking to you.
I'm talking to myself. It's all right. I make very good conversation.
That's right. Never know that you never talk back to yourself.
No, that's it.
That's good.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Bye bye. It is a bit strange when people, I suppose, when someone's got a camera there. I mean, Slaxer turns his camera off when other people are around, but yeah, like I said, this is the Emerald of the South. As I said in my Ditchley Park film, Oxfordshire. We're actually still in Oxford. Actually, I mean, the modern city of Oxford is actually so big now that it actually covers this area of Binsey and Wolvercut. Like I was explaining, I don't know if you saw my like I say, if you saw part one and my the other films I've made, which I might not have uploaded yet, in which case you will see them. This is actually part of Oxford. I'll show you where we are. See, that's where we are. See Binsey there. We're there, Binsey, and you see that thing that says well, and there's a little cross. That's the church, and that's over there. And you can probably hear a lot of noise now because we're quite near the Western Bypass, the A34. Right, just going to walk along here. Now, the funny thing I should mention is, oh damn, there's wind. I hope you can hear this because of the wind. Now, there's something I should mention. I'll just stop talking when the wind gets up really high, okay? Because I know what this damn microphone's like. Now, I say you should always pay attention to your dreams, right? I mean, a lot of people, you know, you might have had like precognitive dreams. I'll just turn this way so the shelter in the wind a bit. Oh damn! I'm going to get in the trees. All right. So I was hoping to film out here. It's getting windy. I know you can't hear a word I'm saying because this microphone's so terrible, isn't it? There's actually a farm in here, so I've got to find a way of getting through to the church. But what I was saying was, let's have a look. To the church. Well, I think that answers my question completely, doesn't it? And there is the church. Now, I've never been here before, believe it or not. I'm in a completely new place. I was actually just talking when I was walking up the path here. I was talking to two ladies from Australia who come all the way from Perth in Western Australia and have only just arrived. And basically, I live just a few miles away from here, but I'm as much a stranger in this place as they are, and they came from the other side of the world. I've never been to St Margaret's Church, Binsey. Okay, this is completely new on me. The funny thing is, as I was saying, you should pay attention to your dreams, because dreams can often tell you a lot. I mean, I'm not one of these people who always has precognitive dreams, but I often have very meaningful dreams, and it's always worth taking them seriously, not just as frivolous, meaningless, random thoughts you have when you're asleep. They're more than that, you know. Now, last night I was just drifting off to sleep, and I suddenly thought I saw this figure in my room. Now, it's not. I don't think it was like a ghost sighting like the ones I've had before. I think it was just maybe a hypnagogic kind of thing. I mean, there's no reason to think there was anything real there, but it could have been. This figure was kind of like a big hooded black cowl, a human figure with a hooded black cowl, just like the Grim Reaper, except they didn't have a scythe. It's rather like the Ring Lords, you know, the Ring Wraiths in Lord of the Rings. They look like one of them. And later on, I had a dream, and it's a very, very strange dream because it was night time, and I was walking along through some country roads in the dark, and I remember thinking to myself, you know, I felt very sort of alone and vulnerable on this open country road, and suddenly I suddenly heard these I suddenly heard voices in the distance of people talking very, very, very dimly, just in the distance, and I thought, who are they? Are they just ordinary people who are just sort of like walking around, farmers or whatever, and they're just going to wish me a pleasant evening to walk on? Or are they sort of like thugs from town, come to raise cane in the countryside? So we're getting a bit of wind again. Now I'm going to have to go somewhere where I'm right out of the wind. So I'm just going to go. I have to go into the church here. There's some goats, look. Hello. Goaties. Hello. And as I was saying, you know, what are these? Am I just somewhere where, as I said, in my dream, I was walking along a country lane, and these people appeared in the distance, and I remember thinking to myself, are they just? Are they just people just walking randomly, or are they thugs come to give me a hard time? So what I did was, I went up to where there was a gate and a stile, and I climbed over the stile into the. I climbed over the stile, and I went into the field, into a field nearby, and I hid behind a bush. And as these figures got closer, their voices cut out, and I heard their voices just stopped, and I heard another sound, and the sound was snip, 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 and it was the sound of someone cutting scissors, you know, just opening, closing scissors in the air, and it went snip, snip, and I heard it go snip, snip, just past me. It went snip, 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 and whatever was carrying the scissors, whatever there was, just walked past me, and it very snip, 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 it faded away into the distance. And now later on in the dream, someone told me that this was. I heard the snipping was actually this figure, and he showed me a picture of this black cowled figure, just like the one I sort of caught a glimpse of as I was drifting off to sleep. And it was holding a pair of scissors, and it was just going like that, snip, 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 and just holding them in the air, snip, 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 a bit like Edward Scissorhands in that film. And he said, that is what you. The reason I didn't see the figure, I heard the figure with the scissors walk past my hiding place, was because I hadn't yet seen what was coming towards me. In other words, now this is getting into the realm of, you know, the quantum uncertainty. Maybe there's different ways of describing this. Quantum uncertainty, you know, the wave collapse into the particle thing. You know, if you watch What the Bleep Do We Know and films like that, it explains it. You know, basically what they're saying is that, you know, all things exist in a state of uncertainty until we see them, and when we see them, we perceive them, then they suddenly flick into certainty. And this is the notion of Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger's cat is a Dr. Schrödinger. He invented this thing called you put a cat in a box, and you put a bottle of poison gas in the box. The box has no holes in it which you can see inside, and you also put a piece of radioactive material which is decaying. Now the particles which come off that decay, you know, might or might not trigger the mechanism which breaks the glass and releases the poison gas and kills the cat. Now because the mechanism which triggers the breaking of the poison glass is triggered by a quantum event, what it means is the quantum uncertainty is translated into the macro realm of larger perceivable objects. And what he was saying was, for that reason, until we have actually opened the box and looked at that cat, then the cat is both alive and dead at the same time. It's a very, very strange thing to get your head around. But I mean, if you ever read the books by Carlos Castaneda, it says the same thing in different words. Don Juan, the Indian shaman who instructs Castaneda. Now, some people say those books are made up. I don't know specifically, but Carlos Castaneda is this man who allegedly had instructions from a shaman, a Native American Indian shaman. And what he said was that there are two types of universe. There is the tonal, and the tonal, Tonal, is the universe that we can see. It's the universe of our perceptions. And he said, but behind that there is the Nagual, Nagual, and the Nagual is the universe of potential things. And we can never see the Nagual. It's rather like the quantum waveform. You can never, it's what we can't see, but what could be. It exists behind our perceptions. Because the moment we look at the Nagual, it collapses into the tonal. In the same way as we look into a quantum wave, it collapses into a particle. You with me? So I'll give you a quick look around here. Well, basically, I think my dream was meant to mean. What my dream was saying was, because I'd hidden in the bushes, in the field, beside the road, what came along the road was neither a bunch of thugs from the city or some farmers who were going to wish me a pleasant evening. It was neither one nor the other, because I had not perceived it. So instead, I didn't see, I heard this figure, which is the Nagual. This is actually my perception of the Nagual. I heard something walking past along the road, snipping these scissors, snip, snip, snip. And what my dream was symbolising there was the Nagual. If I'd stood up and I walked out of my hiding place in my dream and I'd looked, I wouldn't have seen this cowl figure with the scissors. I would have seen one or the other. I'd have seen the farmers or I'd have seen the thugs. Do you see what I mean? I hope I made myself clear. Anyway, I'm now in that position now because I'm now in a place I've never been to before. So this Nagual of this church, St Margaret's in Binsey, is about to collapse into a tonal. And I'm going to have a quick film around and show you a few things. Upstairs there was lovely little goats there. Aren't they cute? Let's just have a look round. That's a lovely sweet little church. Apparently, as I said in part one of this film, Lewis Carroll used to come round here and bring little Alice with him. And somewhere around here is the well, the famous well, the treacle well, which I'm sure you were all aware was modelled on the treacle well, and it's marked on the map as a well. These very, very old stones here, these very old gravestones. That's the little one with the stones placed on the grave there. Now, I don't know if you remember, but I filmed in that churchyard in Cowley, and I showed you the Templar, the Knights Templar symbols on the very old gravestones. I'm wondering now if we're going to see anything similar in this graveyard. I'll have to see. It's very, very... Now this is the well, I think. St Margaret's Well. St Margaret's Well. This is what's based on the... Let's see if we can get down there. St Margaret's Well. Now that's Latin. Now, if any of you understand Latin, perhaps you could translate that for me and let me know put in the comments box. But that there is a year 1500, 1670, 1800, 1850, 70, 74, 1874. That was put up. You see here, someone's put this little shrine here. So that's the well on which the treacle well in Alice in Wonderland is based. Now, I'm just going to go and see if I can film actually inside the church. I'm not going to do it if people are there. I'm just going to close the viewfinder because I might have to do it a bit discreetly. If people are there, I won't. I'll switch the camera off. I'll just take my hat off, like the good Christian lad that I'm not. It's very cool and peaceful in here. Extremely, and it's... Do you remember that church at Yatesbury? In my Ben Goes on Tour film? It's a bit like that, but it's very small, you see. There's the rafters. The font. It's got an organ. This looks like an old confessional, but it's obviously been turned into some sort of office. Someone's been having a little bit of a bottle of wine there. Good for them. What these vicars get up to when the congregation have gone home. There's an old picture of the place. I don't know how much you can see actually, because it's quite dim in here. There's no lights on. I get the feeling there's no electricity in this building. They've got oil lamps there, really old oil lamps and candles. It could be there's no electricity in this building. Various memorials. There's a pulpit. And the vicar stands. Ooh, what's down there? No, just empty space. And as I was saying, in the Heytesbury church, the sign of a very old church is where the altar is placed right against the wall. Because in old churches, the vicar or priest used to used to turn his back on the congregation, not the front. In modern churches, of course, the vicar usually faces the front. There's lovely stained glass here. As I've said, in other films, religion, I've got no time for religion at all, but it does inspire some beautiful art. There's bell ropes, they've got bells here. It's tempting to pull them, isn't it? Please do not touch the bell ropes. The bells are in need of repair. Okay. You have a little money box here. I think I might put a bit of money in the box. It's only polite, seeing as I have filmed here. Let's get some money out. Let's just put that in there like that. Yeah. And this is the little porch here. Back out in the sunlight again. Hope you can see all right. I'm just going to put my hat back on. Well, that was interesting. There it is. There's the bells up there. Looks like it's got a sort of atmosphere of a little Welsh chapel actually. Right, well, that was very interesting indeed. One little extra story I should tell you about this location. Now, this is something that Ellis told me, because I saw Ellis the other night. If you come here on midnight on St. Fried's Day, now I don't know if that's the midnight before, the midnight, the last, I don't know whether it's the early hours or the late hours or whatever. But St. Fried's Day, sometime in October, I can't remember which day. You see these monks with robes on walk up this path to the church. Now Ellis says he's seen these. He doesn't know whether they were ghosts or whether they were some kind of student society playing a prank. He said these looked very human, but he also said he saw objects at the graveside. So I don't know yet. I don't know which one it is. Oh, the sun's come out. But I'm thinking of actually coming up here on St. Fried's Day at midnight and seeing what happens. And that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I'll bring my camera along so I can upload what takes place if I live to see the dawn. Well, that's one last look there. That's of Binsey Church, and I'm going to head back now. There's those little goaties. Say goodbye to the goats. Bye bye. Aren't they cute? Aren't they lovely? I want to take one home with me. I really would. Problem is, I haven't got enough grass to feed it. Bye bye goats. Oh, that was Binsey Church, and that concludes my little film here of Binsey. Thanks for watching. Hospital Porter's Pride and Dignity, stop the New World Order.